Good evening and welcome to YLP broadcast, where we bring back history to life. Today, we present an exclusive special report on one of the world's longest-standing conflict, the Palestine-Israel issue. This conflict has shaped the Middle East for over a century, with deep political, historical, and humanitarian consequences. In this special broadcast, we will take you through the key events that shaped the conflict, from its origin to the present day. We have our reporters on the ground traveling back in time to bring you eyewitness accounts, expert opinions, and latest developments from different eras of this historical crisis. Let's start by going back to early 90s, where tensions first began. We have a correspondent reporting live from Jerusalem in 1939. Over to you, Leila Ibrahim.
Good evening, this is Leila Ibrahim reporting live from Jerusalem. In the year 1939, tensions are at an all-time high between Jewish and Arab communities. The Ottoman Empire once ruled this land. After World War I, the British took control under the Mandate for Palestine. Since then, Jewish immigration has increased, fueled by the Balfour Declaration of 1917, which supported a Jewish homeland in Palestine. However, the Arab communities strongly opposes this, fearing they will lose their land. Sir, you recently moved here from Europe. Why did you come to Palestine, and what are your hopes?
After years of persecution in Europe, we believe that we need a safe place, and we also believe that this land is our ancestral right.
And you, sir, how do you feel about this growing migration?
We have lived here for generations, and this is our home, and we fear being displaced.
Thank you, Leila. As you just heard, the early 90s saw increasing tensions between the Jewish and Arab communities. But what happened next? How did these tensions lead to war? Let's go live to Nadia Saeed, who is covering the events of 1948, the year that changed the region forever.
We interrupt our regular programming with breaking news. It is May 15, 1948, and just yesterday the Jewish leadership declared the establishment of the State of Israel. This has triggered immediate war. Arab nations, including Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, have launched attacks, rejecting the UN's partition plan. The situation is chaotic. Thousands of Palestinian families are fleeing their homes, an event they call the Nakba or the catastrophe.
Can you tell us what is happening? My family was forced to leave our village. We have nowhere to go. We lost everything overnight.
The war has just begun, and the consequences will shape the future of this region. Will peace be possible? We will keep you updated. Back to the studio.
The Palestine-Israel conflict is not just about land. It's about identity, history, and international politics. To help us understand this better, we have two experts in the studio today. Dr. Omar Hassan, a historian specializing in Middle Eastern conflicts, and Rebecca Cohen, a UN official who has studied peace efforts in the region. Our journalist Maya Khalil will lead this discussion. Over to you, Maya.
Thank you, Sarah and Priya. Good evening, everyone. Today we have with us Dr. Omar Hassan, a historian specializing in Middle Eastern conflicts, and Rebecca Cohen, a UN official who has worked on peace efforts in the region. Let's dive right in. Dr. Hassan, let's start with you. Could you briefly explain how this conflict began and why it remains unresolved?
Of course, Maya, the roots of this conflict go back to the early 20th century, when the Jewish migration to the Palestine increased under the British rule. The 1947 partition plan aimed to divide the land between the Jews and Arabs, but it was rejected by the Arab nations, leading to the 1948 war. Since then, multiple wars and failed peace talks have deepened the divide, and the major issues like refugees, borders remain continuous to the day.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. Now, Rebecca, as someone who has worked closely with international peace efforts, why has the UN struggled to create a lasting resolution?
That's a key question, Maya. The UN has passed numerous resolutions calling for peace, but implementation has been a major challenge. Both sides have deep-seated grievances, and external powers often influence negotiations. Additionally, events like expansion of settlements, security concerns, and political shifts make it difficult to maintain trust. However, diplomacy remains the only way forward.
It's clear that history, politics, and external influences all play a role in shaping this conflict. The question is, can a two-state solution still be achieved? Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Thank you, Dr. Hassan and Mrs. Cohen, for your insights. Back to you, Sarah and Priya.
But the story didn't end there. Decades later, the conflict continues to evolve with new political players, rising civilian casualties, and fragile ceasefires. To give us a glimpse of today's reality, we now go live to Gaza, where our correspondent Maya Khalil will report the latest developments in 2023.
Good evening, this is Maya Khalil reporting live from Gaza 2023. We are in the midst of another escalation between Israel and Hamas. The conflict has intensified with aircrafts, rocket attacks, and growing casualties on both sides. So ma'am, how is life in Israel with ongoing attacks?
We live in constant fear. Every time the siren goes off, we rush to the bomb shelters. We just want peace.
Ma'am, so how is this affecting your family?
We have no safe place. Every night we hear bombs. Our children are terrified.
The world watches peace as it remains out of reach. Political leaders have tried negotiation, but violence still continues. What lies ahead of these people in this region? Back to the studio.
As we have seen, the history of Palestine-Israel conflict is complex, with deep-rooted historical grievances and ongoing humanitarian consequences. This issue has affected millions of lives, with both Israelis and Palestinians seeking security, peace, and recognition. History teaches us valuable lessons. But are we listening? Can understanding the past help us find a peaceful future? That's a question for all of us to reflect on. That's all for tonight's special report. Thank you for watching History Unfolded. Stay informed, stay aware, and we will see you next time.